In most social media platforms, you're the one that does the creation of the work, and they, the owners, get paid for it. There's one out there where they pay you to create. When you write, when you produce video, produce content, you get paid for it. The name of the platform is called Steemit, and I just had a delightful interview with one of the top producers there who knows what to do, and she's just a wonderful person. Her name is Stellabelle. When you generate content on the internet, usually you're writing for places that take your content information and they make money. You're not expected to make money from that, but there's a site that turns that around, actually turns it upside down on its head. It's called Steemit, and that's Steemit, Steemit.com. And there's a way you can actually make money by writing content, writing articles, doing videos, and other forms of content that you put out there. One person is showing us a way to do that. She is doing a fabulous job with it, and her name is Stellabelle. She's joining me now from her offices as she gets a chance to tell us what's going on and how we can start using it. Stellabelle, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, it is an honor to have you here because I've been reading your stuff online, and it is great. You show us how to use Steam, what to do, in addition to lots of other kinds of content as well. Tell us a little bit, just real briefly, your background, how you've worked with Steam, and what it has done to help you.
Okay. I was a freelance writer back in 2016. I started freelancing around March. I worked for Interesting Engineering, and I also was a ghostwriter for a CEO of a software company. So I was spending around 10 hours per day writing articles, really complicated, complex topics like nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, robotics, things like that. And I loved doing this kind of work because it's more about learning. But I was very low paid. I was scraping by, making about $2,000 per month, just kind of barely able to pay my bills. And I had left the corporate world. I had no interest in that anymore. So it was art, science, writing, freelance that had captured me back in 2016. So when I found Steemit, it was by accident. I was doing research on a programmer who had he had automated his job for 6 years. I stumbled onto Steemit by accident while doing research, and I found the little price tag or the amount underneath the article,
Right.
and I was like, "What is this? This could be the answer to my issues." So
Yeah, it's a way to actually make money when you're online
and
by
go
writing.
directly to the author, because right at the point that I was writing these science and tech articles, it was Interesting Engineering was getting the money that I was creating value for. I mean, they were accumulating the value. I was a writer creating the stuff, but yet I was not getting any of that monetary energy. I was getting $500 per month to write every day these articles that took, and that's the thing is, I'm going off a little bit too long, but the problem is that people like me who are perfectionists, I can't just whip out a highly complicated topic in 1 hour. It takes me 4, sometimes 6 hours to get it, the research part of it. Like doing an article about Nikola Tesla, that took me like 3 days of intense research.
Sure, it can take a lot of time to put those things together, but now
So
you're doing well on Steemit.
$500 per month.
As you're working with Steemit and doing some articles on that, what kind of things do you see are working well for making money on Steemit?
Okay, honestly, this is my best advice. When you first get into Steemit, no one is going to know who you are. And so you must make friends. You must comment on other people's blogs and stories, posts that you are authentically interested in. By making connections, people will become aware of you. And this is how I operate in Steemit. People that comment really in-depth, cool stuff on my things, I'm like, who is this person? And, you know, my upvotes equal like $2.50. So commenting on people that authentically resonate with you is the best thing you can do.
I like that. I
It's not
really
about
appreciate
writing,
you saying
it's
that.
about the person behind the writing.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. And those of you watching this, pay attention to what she just said. Stellabelle just hit the nail on the head. You've got to interact with people. You can't just get out there and say, hi, I'm wonderful, see my stuff. Well, okay, we really don't care about your stuff. What we do care about is what your stuff can do to help us. So if you put that in there like she does, you want to look at her information. It's at Stellabelle. You want to go over there and see that's Delle. You want to check that out and see what she's done. Use that as a model. So we do it that way, and then we can actually see, are you telling me, Stellabelle, this is a trick question here, are you telling me we can really get real US dollars ultimately from writing on Steemit?
That is correct.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and it's a wonderful thing that we can do it. So let me ask you a question then. And what I want to do here, I'm going to go into and share my screen and let people see actually on Steemit what's going on. I've got a little bit here. We're going to share screen, and we should see it there. Right here, we're at Terry Brock, and that's me at Terry Brock on Steemit. We've got this here, and I'm over here in the wallet area. So I'm going to go ahead and just bare my soul to the world on this. So Stellabelle, is that okay if I bare my soul to the world?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so if you could explain a little bit here. First of all, I see Steam. Here, let me get my information here, and I can draw a couple little circles on this, like this. Like, for instance, here, if we look at Steam, and it has a number here, I've got a whopping 0.001 Steam. Tell us, what does that mean, other than Terry doesn't have much at all?
Steam is the currency, and you can keep it as Steam in your account, and that is considered the liquid money that you just convert to Bittrex, into Bitcoin, and then to US dollars. So that's your liquid amount. Mm-hmm. And you don't have much in there because you've decided, smart move, you decided to put your Steam into Steam Power. I see that
thank you for saying that.
899.
Yeah, because right here, that's what she's saying, everybody, is right
you put it into Steam Power.
You
and
can put that little thing here, and you can see right now, as of this moment, I mean, we're just bearing our soul here, 2,899.22 is what I have in, see it over here, it says Steam Power right there. I'll make a little arrow thing. Stellabelle, are you impressed with my artistic work here and pointing the arrows and all that?
Look, it's great. As long as it communicates what it is. So,
yeah. Well, tell me what that means then. I can take that.
You want to explain Steam Power, or shall I?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me about Steam Power and what that that means.
All right. There's two really good reasons that you would want to convert your Steam into Steam Power. The number one reason is that you want to build up your influence on the Steemit platform. And the way that you do that is that when you have Steam Power built up, you are able to give money in the form of upvotes to others. So instead of Facebook, where you just like someone's post and that's it, it's just like a little stroke of the ego, in Steemit, when you like someone's post, that like equals money. And the amount of money that like equals is relational to how much Steam Power that you have.
That is
my
amazing.
Upvote is $2.50 or something like that. And how much is your upvote worth when you just click it for the first time on a zero post? How many?
I don't know. How do we find that out?
Well, on your post, when you create one, you want to upvote it yourself first.
Yeah.
Then you can see how much your particular influence is worth. So this is the attention economy done properly, which is those who are actively engaged in Steemit, who care about the platform, and who also are interested in helping others while others are helping them. I mean, as you're helping yourself, I mean, let's face it, it taps into our need for economic stability, and we all want to make money. I mean, from our creative pursuits. That is what it taps into. But the thing that you'll get to when you get into Steemit really later, you'll understand that you can help create wealth for others.
Yes,
This
I like it.
revolutionary.
I like it. Okay,
It's
well then
beautiful.
as we look at what's on the screen, I'm going to go back here and share my screen again. As I come back here, we can see I've got some Steem dollars. As I understand the Steem dollars, that would be equivalent to US dollars. Is that correct?
Yes. Now, it's funny because when I first started, one Steem dollar was equivalent to one US dollar. Now, what I've learned recently is that it's like equivalent to $2 now. I'm the wrong person to ask about Steem dollars. I stopped using Steem dollars a long time ago. I just wanted everything more simplified. But you need to make sure when you convert your Steem or your Steem dollars into US dollars that on Bittrex or Polynex, you have chosen the correct currency, because on CoinMarketCap, Steem is a separate thing from Steem dollars. These are actually separate economic currency tools. Like they're almost like tools, but they're separate currencies. They need to be handled separately. So you have to be careful. I think one time I tried to use the memo for Steem when it should be Steem dollars. So keep in mind, these are separate things.
So we want to make sure we use Steem dollars. Is that correct?
What? Steem dollars?
Yeah, so you're saying we want to use Steem dollars. Is that correct?
I don't use Steem dollars anymore because I like to just use one currency. I just use Steem.
Okay.
Because Steem can be, because of Steem Power. I'm mostly interested in Steem Power, so I like to just go from Steem Power to Steem. I don't like to go through a third step, but that's an individual choice. I'm the wrong person to ask about Steem dollars. I don't use them anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like that's going to be very good, be able to use that. Well, now as we look at what's available, let me go back here to the site and share. It's kind of nice we can do this and going back and forth. When we go over here, and I'm going to click on the Steemit and go over, I can see a lot of the current stories that are out there. Let me move this over so we can see it. The various stories that are available. Matter of fact, here's one that I just did, The World of Cryptocurrencies, What's Working in Trends. And a video right there. We can see it's available. We've got all this. I want to find out from you. You've gone into this and really helped a lot of people with it on what we need to do in order to get the maximum amount of views. People going, hey, I like that, to upvote us, to re-steam it, and let us know what you found that works best. Making
friends. That is the key. I'll give you a prime example of what I mean, how social capital has turned into. Are you still there? Oh, okay. I will give you a prime example how social capital has morphed into economic capital. For example, I made friends with a very cool Steemit user named Team Steem 1 year ago. Like, he's been my person I go to when I'm feeling conflicted, or if I have an issue with maybe someone on Steem, or I'm starting to doubt something. He's the one I've been going to for an entire year. Now, he is very influential on the platform. He has always supported me as first a friend. We were a support system when we first entered, and he is my #1 upvoter. And he has a lot of delegated Steem power. That means that a whale saw that Team Steem is a worthy individual who shares and builds up the platform. They gave him Steem power. They gave it to him to use. And he is my main beneficiary. There's lots of beneficiaries, but he's always the top one. And it's because we're friends. That
That's
should
good.
tell everyone what they need to know.
Yeah. Real
That is
important point.
a
That you want to
building.
make friends with a lot of people, but also in a way, it's kind of like clout. My partner Gina and I wrote a book called Clout Matters a few years ago when that was hot, and it was very important to target people who have a lot of influence. And you're
I
saying
don't
it really
target
applies in
people like
Steam.
that, though. I mean, I'm sorry. I want to jump in. I am not a traditional marketing individual. I do not target people. I don't target whales. I do the opposite. I target people that need my knowledge. And I'm constantly bringing back down my focus to the newbies, to people who have no idea what's going on, to the pain points. So I don't target whales. I do the opposite. I target people that need help.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a good point to do that. If you're targeting people and helping people, just average, regular people, people will notice that. And I think that's a much better way than trying to manipulate some kind of thing and say, oh, here's a whale. Because think about it. Wouldn't a
It
lot of people
doesn't
already
work.
be
The
doing that?
whales,
Yeah, and they know
no,
it. And so
and
they
targeting
realize,
me to upvote your posts, it doesn't work.
yeah,
I
they're going to,
need friends and I need people to help me get to a different level in the form of working together to help people and figure out, hey, what can I do for you? I can do this for you. What, hey, would this make your life easier? That's the key to figuring this stuff out.
yeah, absolutely. It's going back to the old principle that we've seen over and over, giving. Give real value to people. As you said at the beginning, I think it was so appropriate. I want to put an exclamation mark behind what you said, that you give value, you contribute to others. And as you do that, people notice it. It's just natural. And by the way, it doesn't always come back from the people that you give it to. Maybe it's something about karma. I don't understand all that, but I just know that as you give, even to someone that might say, no, I'm not going to give back to you, even though you've given to them, that's okay. Because somehow you're practicing your helping skills, you're
Yeah.
strengthening those helping muscles. It just seems to
And,
work that way. It seems that way to me, and it seems like that would work
and
on Steemit as well. Is that what you've seen?
yeah, I do want to add something that knowing your authentic self is the key. So if you're not a helping person, then don't try to be a helping person, honestly. If you're an artist who is like really into doing your art, there's tons of people that provide value, authentic value, by posting dank memes. My friend, they're not they're not into like creating a helping thing, a post, how to. No, they create value by being themselves and posting their dank memes. So there's like, I mean, each person has to figure out, hey, what is my strength? Am I an artist? Am I a writer? Am I a marketer? You know, Jerry Banfield has been doing fantastic marketing for Steam. Are you an idea person? Are you a synthesizer, a super connector? Are you wanting to build an app? Are you wanting to build the future? What exactly are you? And then once you hone down, you focus in on exactly who you are, your authentic self, then you can give your gifts. And by giving them authentically, magic will start to happen. I'm telling you what, this is what I had to offer.
Absolutely. Well, Stellabelle, you have given magic to a lot of people. I really enjoy reading the content you produce. And those of you watching this, make a note. You want to get over to Steemit. And that's, again, STEEMIT.com, Steemit.com. Sign up, get in there, get involved. But one of the best things you can do is start following really good people like Stellabelle. She's right over there. Yeah, I'm pointing to her right now here on the screen. She's the one you want to get to know, find out what she's doing, how she's doing, and read her content. Really good information on that. Well, Stellabelle, we know we can get in touch with you that way. Matter of fact, go ahead and spell that in case some are listening on this
Okay.
audio very carefully, how someone can reach you at Steemit and anywhere else you want them to reach you.
Sure. It's STELLABELLE. My main place I hang out is Steemit, of course. I'm also on Twitter at Stellabelle, same spelling, everything. I'm on YouTube, same spelling. I'm also on Medium with my real name. And I'm looking for Steam stories to post on there. I also run a Dash DAO Medium publication called Dash for Newbies. So I'm active in 2 different communities, but we're talking about Steemit right now. So really the main place to find me is on Steemit. And I don't always answer everyone's messages. I'm getting too many of them right now.
You're very popular.
I don't know how to, I'm trying to figure out a way to help possibly one person at a time, and they would need to apply or something. Because really, I'm only suitable for helping, I think, creative people who struggle with monetization. That's where I want to focus in on.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And that's a good way.
Like, I have ideas, ADD, I probably have attention issues. So I'm using my weakness as a strength.
That's good. Well, I think that you can take that and deploy it in many different areas. And so for those of you that are joining us, this is a person you want to get to know. And this is a platform, Steemit, that you want to get to know and work with. Stellabelle, thank you so much for taking your time and being with us today. Really appreciate you being here.
I hope it's helping someone out there just get on Steemit before it totally blows up and gets viral. You're going to be ahead of the curve.
Yes,
sure.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time to interview me today.
You bet. And for those of you that are watching this, you've just had an opportunity to see something that can really help you. If you're wondering about how do I get not only some extra cash, but also tie into a wonderful community of people that you will be able to help, they will be able to help you. It's one that I have experienced myself. I've really enjoyed it. And of course, I'm over at Terry Brock as one word, TerryBrock, with a little @ sign in front of it there on Steemit. And I will look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for joining us today. We wish you much continued success.